All right, welcome back, guys. So we've talked about front end and front end development. Let's look at how front end development fits into other aspects of web development. And let's look at some related roles. Yeah. So first of all, someone that specializes in front end development is often called a front end developer or a front end engineer. I'm guessing that's what you want to become. You want to become a front end developer, or you want to become a front end engineer. You want to specialize in creating sleek user interfaces that allows users to access the features of web applications. And let me also mention that front end development can also be extended to mobile applications development. Although usually front-end development usually speaks more to web applications development, so we're going to stick to that for now. Right, so front-end developers work very closely with product designers and back-end developers. So in a software development team, there are a couple of roles that work on it. So usually you have the product managers, you have the product designers, you have the front-end developers, you have the back-end developers, and the other guys that work in operations, right? But the core team in a typical software development or the core roles are front end, back end, and product design. And the front end developer happens to work very closely with the product designers and the back end developers. Now, let's see exactly what front-end developers do. So you can see this diagram. So you have the product designer, you have the front-end developer, and then you have the back-end developer. Now, what exactly do front-end developers do? So front-end developers use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to convert product designs into functional and visually appealing user interfaces. Now, the way it usually happens is the product designer gets there's a product requirement which usually comes from research, or which usually comes from the product manager, and then those requirements are converted into designs, right? And then it comes out in design. Now think of design as a prototype, which is produced by the product designers. Usually we call them the UI UX designers. Right, and then this design often come in form of maybe Figma. Figma is a tool for creating interfaces, creating designs of applications. Now the front-end developer takes this design from the designers, and then they write code. Again, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Now, this code, it kind of transforms this design into functional applications that actually runs in the browser, right? So think of that design as, let's say, prototype, or think of it as an architectural design of a house, right? You don't actually live in the house, but it gives you an idea of what the house would look like. So that is what the design is like. Now, the front-end developer will take that design and actually write code that transforms it into actual web applications that run in the browser, right? So think of that as the actual house that you can park into and you can live in, right? So that is the real thing. So it is the front-end developer that creates that interface using HTML and CSS and JavaScript code. So that's what front-end developers do. Now, the other thing front-end developers do is to also collaborate with the back-end developers. So the back-end developers are the ones that build out the APIs. So the front-end developer takes these APIs and integrates it to the front-end application. Now, these APIs allow the user to interact with the back-end server, such as the databases and the application server itself, right? So it is the front-end developer that will integrate that API. Now we're going to talk more about this in the next video, but I'm going to have to stop this video here. So see you in the next video.